Okay, good morning everyone. This week is the Hilula of Baba Saleh. So I thought to speak about a subject that was very dear and very important to him and discuss it lihalacha, which is the topic of Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, answering Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. When Baba Saleh's daughter was getting married to Arav David Yehudayov, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. So the one who was performing the wedding was Rav Mordechai Eliyahu, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. So when he went to perform the wedding, he instructed the Chatan and Kala that when he says the brachot that he on the wine, to acquit them, they should be very careful not to answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo because that's an interruption. At that point, Baba Saleh banged down his cane and gets so angry, and he said that if you're not going to answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo by the brachot, I'm leaving. So Rav Mordechai Eliyahu didn't realize that it was such an important thing by Baba Saleh. So of course he said Ratzon Tzaddik, whatever the Ratzon of the Tzaddik is. And then afterwards he goes to Baba Saleh and he asks him, why are you so adamant that you answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo by all the berachot? So Baba Saleh answered that this is the tradition he has from his grandfather, Rabbi Yaakov Abich Sira, to answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo by all the berachot that a person listens to. Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu got back to him and said, I found where Rabbi Yaakov says this, and he told him in the book, this is Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu, told this back to Baba Saleh, Sharit Teshuvah, Siman Chav Gimel, is where Rabbi Yaakov Abich Sira talks about Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo and the importance of it. So before I tell you what Rabbi Yaakov Abich Sira says, I want to read to you a little bit in the halacha where answering Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo comes from. The source is a Teshuvah from the Rosh. The Rosh was one of the great Rishonim, and the Rosh writes, and his son, the Tur, writes this, and in turn, the Shulchan Aruch copies the language of the Tur. So this is really the language of the Rosh that the Shulchan Aruch copies in Siman Kuf Chav Daled Seif He. Al kol beracha she'adam shomea bekol makom omer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. On any bracha that a person listens to, anywhere he is, he should answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. It's pretty adamant that really it's something that a person should say all the time. It seems to be whether he's listening to a bracha that he's being acquitted or whether a bracha that he is not being acquitted. And that's why Baba Saleh, that's his position in halacha that he was so machmir on. And as it is known, this seemed to be the custom for generations until a sefer called Devar Shemuel, Rabbi Shemuel Abuhab, lived in the a couple hundred years ago in Siman Rish Tzadiheh. He says maybe it's not true. Maybe you only answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo on brachot that you are not being acquitted to. For example, during Chazarat HaShatz, or let's say you're by a Brit Milah and you hear a person say Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, you're not being acquitted from that bracha. Then you should answer. But brachot that you're being acquitted, if I'm being Mutziyu Kiddush, then you shouldn't answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. He's not sure about it. The Birkei Yosef of Maran Achida discusses this, and he writes that he's not sure that although in Birkei Yosef Siman Rishud Yud Gimel says, although there's reasons to say this way or that way, whether a person should answer Baruch Shemo, whether shouldn't, even on Barachot that one is acquitted, nevertheless, you shouldn't protest. Somebody who answers Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, even on Barachot that he's acquitted, you shouldn't protest. And that's really how he writes in also his Shiloh Tujuvot Yosef Omet Siman Ayin Od Gimel, that a person shouldn't protest if those who answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, even on berachot that they are being acquitted, Yotzei Yedei Chova. But for sure, for berachot that you're not being acquitted, you always have to be very careful to answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. That was the position of the Birkei Yosef. The Mishnah Berura is machmir. He says no, a person should not answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo on brachot that you are being acquitted Yedei Chova. Why? Because it's called a hefsek. It's called an interruption. You're being yotzei. Right now, I'm saying a bracha to acquit you, and you have kavanah to be yotzei, and you're in the middle. You're talking. That's so Mishnah Berurah says it's better not to answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. So why did the Chida say it's okay, and why until the Dvar Shmuel nobody had this question? And if you read the Shulchan Aruch, it seems to be on all brachot you have to answer whether you're being acquitted, whether you're not being acquitted. It's a good point. It seems like it's a hefsek. So here I want to tell you something that I wrote in my book Magen Avot, and it's something that I think has importance to understanding, shedding light on this subject, which is the following. What does it mean when I acquit you, Yedei Chova? Shomea ke'oneh. When I say a bracha and you answer, it's like you said it. Does that mean literally it's like you said those words? When I say Baruch Ata Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Borei Pri HaGefen, it's as if you said it? That's one way of looking at it. If you're going to look at it that way, then I understand. If you answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, you're saying Baruch Ata Hashem, Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. You're not supposed to say that in the middle of bracha. You're saying Baruch Ata Hashem. Yeah, if that's what Shomea Ke'oneh means, I understand that listening is like saying, and then it's problematic. However, there's another way to understand Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. The Chazon Ish, the Pri Megadim in the Chazon Ish is in Siman Chavtet Sif Katad Gimel. He says it. Shomea Ke'oneh doesn't mean that it's as if I am saying the words, because if that's the case, I'm not saying it. He has proofs. I'm not going to get into the proofs, but explains the Chazon Ish that Shomea Ke'oneh means a joint partnership between me and you. Hitachdut hashomea ve'amashmiya. When I say a bracha and you listen, you are fulfilling the bracha through me, but it doesn't mean that you're saying the words. He has many proofs to this. If that's what the case is, of course I should answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. I'm listening to the name of Hashem, of course I should answer. He's acquitting me. Doesn't matter. I am being acquitted through him, but it doesn't mean like I'm saying it. So that's why it's not called a hefsek. As a matter of fact, there's a shita of the Rama that says that if somebody's saying kiddush to a bunch of people, yeah, Danny, let's say you have a lot of people at your house, you're saying kiddush. You say kiddush, right? And let's say you're not allowed to speak until you taste kiddush. Well, kiddush might be different, but you're not supposed to taste. Let's say you want to drink the wine without a bracha. So you're not supposed to taste. So let's say the mevarech makes Baruch Ata Hashem Borei Pri HaGefen, and he drinks, and then somebody else says, "Oh, who won the basketball game yesterday?" So, besides the fact they're not supposed to say that at the Shabbat table, but what is the person who said that, could he drink from the wine without a bracha? So the Rama says he could, because since me, the mivarech, already drank, I was motzi him. What do you mean I was motzi him? It's like he said it, and now he has to drink. That's not the answer. The answer is that he is being yotzeh through me. And since he's being yotzeh through me, so he acquitted Yedei Chovato. Right? They should be doing that. So yes. So that's exactly what the shiur over here is, and according to what we're explaining right now, not only your yotzei yedei chova, the minhag in Morocco was to answer and to make sure that Baba Sali was so machmir. There's one time a story that he was by kiddush and he said Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, and a family member didn't answer because he was afraid it was a hefsek. He stood there for a minute, made the person feel uncomfortable until they had to answer. He was very adamant about this, and it's not only him. He was adamant. I write that Rabbi Baruch Hu Dano writes the same thing. Rabbi Shalom Besas, Rabbi Yitzchak Chazan, they all write that this was done for generations. You could imagine all the Chachmei Morocco for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, the Orach Chaim Hakadosh, all answering Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, and they have to. I don't know. You have to ask. Maybe in Iraq they used to say Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo also. Maybe in Iraq they used to do Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. So I'll tell you like this. So now I'm going to get to anybody has to leave, it's fine. I'm going to continue. No, but Emet, I don't want to hold anybody back. I'm going to get in. Okay. So here I'll tell you what Rabbi Yaakov HaBechsera, what Rav Mordechai Eliyahu told Baba Saleh, what he found, and he said like this, that Abal Teshuvah Yizaher b'miyuchad la'anot Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, because Teshuvah is Rashi Tevot, Tishmor, Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. That's the Rashi Tevot. Teshuvah, Tishmor, Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. You have to scramble the letters a little bit in order to tell you that a Bal Teshuvah, that now reading from Rabbi Yaakov Abersera and Sharet Teshuvah, Siman Chav Gimel. Tzarich azara gedola ad me'od lishmor ve'lasot liot oneh al kol beracha sheshomea Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. Detachad shieh ma'asav ra'in nirgan mafrid aluf. עכשיו שחזר בתשובה צריך לעשות ייחוד שמו יתברך כפי אשר תשיג ידו. Now that a person returned to Hashem, and what happened when a person does an avirah? He's breaking open the name, the Yichud Hashem. There was a oneness in the name of Hashem, and what happened was when a person does avirot, he separates the name of Hashem. So especially a person who's chozer b'tshuva, he has to be especially careful in this to bring back the name of Hashem and to be miyachedet. צריך שמירה מעולה שיהיה עונה ברוך הוא ברוך שמו על כל ברכה שבישמה שבענייה זו יש ייחוד גדול. With answering Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, there's a tremendous unification of Hashem's name. שעל ידם מתייחדים שמותיו של הקדוש ברוך הוא הוויה אהיה הוויה אדוני. And he says that the following: when somebody says Baruch Hu, the Sofet Tevot of Baruch Hu is Baruch is Chaf, the Sof Tevot, Hu is Aleph, Chaf and Aleph is 21. That's Gematria Ehyeh, right? That's one of the names of Hashem to be miyached. Then Baruch Shemo, Chaf, Baruch of the Sof Tevot of Baruch is Chaf, with the Sof Tevot of Vav is Chaf Vav, 26, which is Yud Ke Vav Ke. So somebody is miyached Ekyeh and Yud Ke Vav Ke. What he gets is the unification of both of Hashem's names of Ehyeh and Yud Ke Vav Ke, which is the importance of Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. And says Rabbi Yaakov that when a person has that kavanah, he brings the name of Hashem closer, and he brings different kavanot that are above us. Now we understand the importance, and not only that, Rabotai, close the door over there. Not only that is that what happens is that people who want to be machmir, you asked me what about other minhagim. There are others that they don't answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo on brachot, that they are yotzei yedei chova. But they only answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo on brachot that are not yotzei yedei chova. What happens is that even on brachot that they are not being acquitted, they're mizalzel. They're not careful in answering Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. And that's not right. Rabbi Shalom Misas was once at a bit milah that he was saying the bracha of Asher Kidesh Yedid Mi Bet, naming the child, and he was in a famous Balchuva yeshiva in Israel, and they all learned never to say Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo on brachot yotzei yedei chova, but then they didn't make the differentiation not to answer it all the time. So he says Baruch Hu Baruch Ata Hashem, and he's not acquitting them yedei chova, and they're not answering Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. He was so upset. So he says, how could it be that you hear the name of Hashem and you don't answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo? I understand if you want to be choshesh for some opinions that when you're being yotzei chova, if that's your minhag to be choshesh. I think Rav Ovadia Yosef, he also has that opinion, and you follow that opinion. Okay, Baruch Baruch haba, no problem. But then on the brachot that you're not yotzei yedei chova, you forget to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. That's not good. Unless you're a descendant of the Gaon Mivilna. The Gaon Mivilna said during Chazarat Hashatz not to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. I was once praying in a minyan where they followed the minagim of the Gaon Mivilna, and during Chazarat Hashatz, Baruch Ata Hashem Choden Adat, Baruch Ata Hashem. So I answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. And I'm the only one, and I look around. Because they don't answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. Why? Because the Gaon Mivilna said you're being acquitted Yedei Chova during Chazarat Hashatz. You're not allowed to answer when you're being acquitted Yedei Chova. So I felt very weird, but that's the opinion of the Gaon Mivilna, and from that, Rav Michael Peretz from Mexico proves that on the contrary, from the fact that Chazarat Hashatz we answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, even though we are being acquitted Yedei Chova to a certain degree, according to Kabbalah, we're being acquitted by Chazarat Hashatz, and we still answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. It seems to be that the halacha is that you should also always answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, even in brachot you're acquitted Yedei Chova. That's his proof. But Rabbi Yaakov says that you are unifying the name of Yud Ke Vav Ke and Aleph Hey Yud and Hey. And the Shara Kavanot quote from the Rabbi Chaim Vital quotes the Torah of the Arizal.
We're answering all the time.
the Moroccan minhag is to answer. There are those who follow Rav Ovadia Yosef and others, Mishtaburah, who say not to answer on brachot, you're being acquitted. But the point is that on brachot that you are not being Yodei Chova, you have to be especially careful. And people are not careful in that because they don't make the differentiation. And that's what I'm pointing out. People have to be careful. So, continuing, the Shara Kavanot writes, Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo has a kavanah that every single 4 of the letters of Hashem, Yud Ke Vav Ke, by Baruch you should have kavanah for the Yud, Hey you should have kavanah for the Hey, Vav you should have kavanah for Baruch, and Hey you should have kavanah for Shemo. And that's the kavanah. So these are kavanot al pi Kabbalah that a person is supposed to have. And then Rabbi Yaakov says al pi derech hamusar. Hine ikar korat Torah ve'atefila ve'amitzvot akol talui bebrachot. The whole Torah, all the mitzvot, everything, and the tefillot, everything is dependent upon our berachot if you think about it. Because the whole purpose of the world was that we should recognize Bishvil sheyakiru bnei adam malchuto vegadluto. We should recognize his greatness. V'yekablu alem malchuto be'yira ve'ahava. And we should accept upon ourselves the fear of Hashem with love and fear. Ve'al kol davar davarim mevarachim oto maskirim ot malchuto. And everything that we see, we hear from Hashem, we should bless. We should bless Hashem on any time we hear His kingdom, so that everybody should understand the kingdom of Hashem. And we have nothing in our life besides accepting the Malchut Shamayim. And now you understand why Baba Saleh was so vigilant about this. That's the whole purpose of the world. When you listen to Hashem and you say, "We are your avadim," how could you not answer Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo when you hear that? And with this, Rabbi Yaakov, I'm going to skip around because he says so much on this.
The question is this considered hefsek or not?
I'm not talking about hefsek. I'm talking about answering whenever you're supposed to answer. Okay? Everyone according to their minhag when they're supposed to answer. So that's what I mentioned. It's a machloket. Okay. And our minhag, as I mentioned, is to say it all the time. And the Chayda says there's what to rely on. And there are those who are machmir. But at least when you are not in that machloket, when you're listening to any bracha that your friend is saying, you have to be careful to answer. And the person who is making the bracha should stop so that people should answer. This has become a habit that people have gotten weak in. And that's the point of this shiur. Says Rabbi Yaakov, I'm going to tell you 2 psukim that he says where there's a remez of Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. It's written in Micha, and we say this by Tashlich. Yashuv yerachamenu yichbosh avonotenu v'tashlich b'mshalot yam kol chatotam. Yashuv rashi tevot Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. In order to tell you, you want to come back to Hashem, do it through answering Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. Second pasuk, Yoshev beseter elyon betzer shadai tronan. Yoshev, if you write it in full, in the pasuk it's not written in full, but if you write it in full, it's also Rashi Tevot Baruch Hu Ubaruch Baruch Hu, which is who is Ubaruch Shemo. The Yud in Yashuv is the Yud Kevavke. Baruch Hu is the Yud Kevavke. That's what he says. That when a person, this called the Mizmor Shel Pigaim. In Morocco, they used to call Yoshev Beseter Elyon Mizmor Shel Pigaim. It's the Mizmor that we would say on the way to the cemetery. Till today, people say it on the way to the cemetery. It's the Mizmor that always Motzei Shabbat, where there could be the Mazikim that come. We say right away, Yoshev Beseter Elyon. It's a protection. So a person wants a protection, and he wants to be Betzel of Hashem. He is to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. And the other pasuk that I'm going to mention to you is Shuva Yisrael Ad Adonai Elohecha Ki Kashalta Ba'avonecha. Return Yisrael. Shuva Rashi Tevot Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. Shuva is Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo. That's the letters. If you scramble them to come to tell you that if a person answers Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, it shows how much he loves. Na'asim ahuvim ukruvim lemakom. He's made beloved to Hashem, and that's how how he becomes closer by always blessing the name of Hashem. So that is the maskana. The maskana is that Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo has holy secrets to it. It has very important inyanim, and a person has to be careful to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. Now there are those who have the minhag to answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo on all brachot, which is the Moroccan minhag, whether they're Yotzei Yedei Chova, whether they're not Yotzei Chova, and they have to uphold that custom. And there are those who are machmir, like the Mishtabura, Rav Ovadia Yosef, and the Divar Shemuel, that they don't answer Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo on brachot, that they are acquitted Yedei Chova. But according to everyone on berachot that you're not Yitzei Yedei Chova, you have to be very careful, like the Shulchan Aruch writes in Siman Kuf Chavdal, to say Baruch Hu Ubaruch Shemo, Chazak Ubaruch.